Today we are giving you a presentation on quality department. Quality is one of the main pillars in this company because it's given high priority. Quality department is divided into two sub-departments, quality assurance and quality control. Quality assurance, we do more of implementing activities that make sure that we are in line with the customer requirements and specific standards as established by the government or by the East African community.
From the incoming of maize and soy, our quality assurance analysts are controlling the temperatures in the silos, the storage conditions, the aerations, to ensure that maize are kept in proper conditions. When we go for packaging, our quality analysts are always there to inspect the trucks that are bringing the goods. They measure the color so that the artwork conforms to what we have been approving before. And the size, because if the size doesn't match with our package size, then we have effect on the processing. Then we check the other materials, as I said, SMP, sugar, oil, so that we ensure that all the materials stored in our warehouses are of good quality and can meet customer requirements. So they are there to check their expired date, their storage conditions, the temperatures, to check the labeling so that they don't mix the ingredient while they are doing production, to highlight all critical issues that could affect the processes. For example, when you look at the premix we are using, they are all packaged in the same cartons. Then they have to be specific on the batch number and the coding of each premix. So whenever there is misusing of premix, they have to alert before the operators. Then in every morning, our people have to go to the control room to check the batch record, the job that was done, and verify whether it matches with what we have been recording. So whenever we find a slight deviation, a slight changes, we have to do the traceability and the root cause of such incident is coming from. So we are monitoring the temperatures of extrusion, we are monitoring the temperatures of the packaging, we are monitoring the oxygen levels in the packaging, the coding of the cartons, and even the warehouse, we are monitoring whether the batches or the lot produced are kept properly as per storage conditions. We are also dealing with documents so that we can get international certificate. So we have a documentation officer who is dealing with this all sort of document. Those are standard operating procedures, checklists, working instructions, the manuals. So we have to make sure that every record, every operations is having a proper document. Apart from that, we have developed a document structure where each department shall follow, so that we upload it on the G drive and it can easily be accessed by different people in the AIF company.
Quality control is about testing the product, raw materials, to make sure of the compliance of our finished product at the end of production.
Here we have 3 laboratories. We have the finished product lab, we have the raw material lab, and also the food microbiology lab. What we do when the truck comes, we actually sample the maize following our sampling plan, which is accepted internationally, and also we we do dividing to get a representative sample so that we don't mix up. And then once we get a representative sample, which is called the laboratory sample, we bring it to the lab, and then we do the grading following the national standard. We have various parameters that we do test. We have aflatoxin, which is the main. We have others like DON, resource mycotoxin, moisture content, and then other grading parameters according to the national standard. During the whole process of production, throughout the line, starting from where the material comes in, it's cleaned. When it's cleaned, throughout the milling, and then from the milling up to the finished product. All that process, we control the quality, we monitor, so that in case of any deviation that has been detected, we immediately react and change it. But when we get the finished product, we also control the quality. We have many parameters. Actually, we test the oxygen in the package. We test the macronutrients, that's protein, fat, moisture, fiber, all those parameters we control. Now, aside from the macronutrients, we also have what we call the micronutrients. Now, the main micronutrients that we test, that is iron and vitamin A. The food microbiology lab, we control actually the bacterial contamination. During process, we collect a sample, and then we also test to control the process in the plant. Aside from the process in the plant, we also test the finished product. Different parameters, we have bacteria that we test. We have Salmonella, Staphylococcus. We have what we call the total viable counts. We have the total coliform, E. coli, yeast, and molds. That having been done, we don't only end in testing, we also make sure that we analyze our data that we have. We analyze them in form of standardized graphs, so that in case of any simple deviation, we can easily monitor accordingly. Other raw materials that we test in the warehouse, we have sugar. We also have skimmed milk powder. We have oil. We have also other incoming raw materials that we test. So we make sure that whatever raw material that we use, we control its quality.
Within this year of production, we have got a number of certificates, local and on international level. We have got FS 22000 by SGS, but also S-Mark for different products we are having here, like 6 S-Marks.
I hope you had fun watching what we do. That was quality department, and I hope now you understand why we are tough sometimes, because we need to be in the client's shoes and we need to make the customer happy with our products. Thank you very much.